Good morning, people. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at around the world. I'm back once again with another video game review. Sorry I took a month off from reviewing a game because it was my parents' birthday month and I wanted to focus on that instead of reviewing a video game. But now it's the month of October, it's almost Halloween, and the game I'm going to be reviewing today is one of my favorites from the Nintendo 64. Top 5 of my favorite Nintendo 64 games. WWF No Mercy. I've been wanting to review a game from the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression Era for a very long time. And this has to be game to the best game from the Attitude Era. I said that SmackDown 2 Know Your Role was the best from the Attitude Era, but I take that back. WWF No Mercy is the best from the Attitude Era. I can't wait for y'all to relive y'all childhood as I'm reviewing this game. And I know I'm ready to do this too. Relive my childhood reviewing the best game from the Attitude Era. From a wrestling product that used to be good, but nowadays this wrestling product sucks. So without wasting any more time, let's get right to my review on WWF No Mercy for the Nintendo 64. WWF No Mercy is a pro wrestling video game published by THQ for the Nintendo 64. It's based on the World Wrestling Entertainment, formerly known as the World Wrestling Federation, and is named after the company's annual event of the same name. No Mercy features various improvements over its predecessor, WrestleMania 2000, such as improved graphics, a championship mode that allows players to participate in various storylines, and a more in-depth character creation mode. It features the same game mechanics as its predecessor, WWF WrestleMania 2000. Players can strike or grapple with opponent. Combining a button press with a direction yields different strikes and grappling maneuvers. The momentum system from the previous games has also been retained, wherein players build up their attitude meter, allowing the player to execute their finishing maneuver. As in the previous games and 64 titles, up to 4 players can play. The game also features new arenas to wrestle in, as well as introducing backstage areas in which players can brawl using various weapons and objects in the environment. Overall, the game was critically received and would become one of the best-selling titles for the Nintendo 64. I pretty much didn't write down my positive and negative about WWF No Mercy. So, the positive about the WWF No Mercy is I like how they have rows of all the wrestlers and divas. Like the first row, they have The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Kane, Mankind, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit. Next row is pretty much a tag team session. We have Too Cool, Rikishi, Scotty 2 Hotty, Grandmaster Sexay, Edge, Christian, Matt Hardy, Devon Dudley, Bubba Ray Dudley, and Jeff Hardy. Next row, Taz, Eddie Guerrero, Chyna, Farouk, Bradshaw, Dean Malenko, Badass Billy Gunn, or back when he was known as Mr. Ass, Road Dogg, X-Pac. Next row, Steven Richards, Bull Buchanan, The Godfather, TNA Tess Albert Val Venus, Steve Blackman, Al Snow, Taka Michinoku. Then the next row, Vitsera, Mark Henry, D'Lo Brown, the British Bulldog, the Big Boss Man, Essa Rios, Hardcore Holly, Crash Holly, and Perry Saturn. And in the women's section, we have Trish Stratus, Lita, Terry Runnels, The Cat, Jacqueline, Ivory, and Stephanie McMahon. And I believe there's more characters to unlock in the game. They also have a shop called SmackDown Mall where you can spend money to unlock characters, arenas, and all that stuff. And of course, the soundtrack of the game is amazing. And the graphics are phenomenal, just like the graphics in WWF WrestleMania 2000. Negative about WWF No Mercy, absolutely nothing. If you played this game when you were a kid and still have the game now, then you know there's no negativity about WWF No Mercy. Overall, my thoughts about WWF No Mercy is one of the best games to be released for the Nintendo 64. Top 5 of my favorite games for the Nintendo 64. And this wasn't my first WWF game that I played. My first WWF game was Warzone for the PlayStation 1. Then WWF Attitude, then SmackDown, then WrestleMania 2000, then No Mercy, and I continued playing wrestling games from on. But overall, WWF No Mercy gets an official Stan Suburban rating of a 10 out of 10. My next video game review is coming in November. Friday, November 22nd, 6 days before Thanksgiving, I'm going to be reviewing NASCAR kart racing. Let me know what you guys think about WWF No Mercy. Appreciate you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night. Take care. And next week, have a happy Halloween.